Dear students, you are most welcome to the amino acid metabolism part 5. So today we will discuss on aromatic amino acid or aromatic amino acids. So what are the aromatic amino acids? Phenylalanine, tyrosine and tryptophan. Their metabolism deserves special mention because a number of biologically important substances are produced from them. Deficiency of enzymes in metabolic pathways of aromatic amino acids results in the number of inborn error of clinical importance. All the three aromatic amino acids are both glucogenic as well as ketogenic. So let us discuss on phenylalanine and tyrosine. So these two amino acids are considered as aromatic amino acids, and these together are collectively called as aromatic amino acids, structurally very close to each other. In fact, other than getting incorporated into proteins, phenylalanine does not have any other role except converting itself to tyrosine. Phenylalanine is not synthesized in the body, whereas tyrosine is synthesized from phenylalanine. If the diet contains sufficient amount of tyrosine, the requirement for phenylalanine will be minimal. The dietary requirement for phenylalanine reflects the need for tyrosine as well. Now, phenylalanine and tyrosine are instrumental in synthesizing a very important biologically important substances in our system, such as thyroid hormones, epinephrine, norepinephrine, dopamine, and melanin. Degradation of phenylalanine and tyrosine yield metabolites which can be used in the synthesis of glucose and fat. Hence, these two amino acids are both glucogenic and ketogenic. Now, conversion of phenylalanine to tyrosine. Tyrosine is produced by the hydroxylation of phenylalanine. In fact, tyrosine is the first product in phenylalanine degradation. Okay. Now, degradation of phenylalanine and tyrosine. The degradation of both of these are considered together since phenylalanine is degraded through tyrosine. The series of reactions of degradative pathways are explained here in this flow chart. Now, biologically important substances synthesized from phenylalanine to tyrosine. The important compounds like catecholamines, thyroid hormones, and melanin are derivative of these two aromatic amino acids. Now, synthesis of catecholamines we'll discuss first. Dopamine, epinephrine, which is also called adrenaline, and norepinephrine or noradrenaline are the catecholamines found in the body. Tyrosine is used to produce catecholamines in adrenal medulla and sympathetic ganglia. The sequence of reactions resulting in the formation of catecholamines from tyrosine and are described in this chart. The tyrosine from phenylalanine or of dietary origin and is hydroxylated to 3,4-dihydroxyphenylalanine, which is called DOPA, by tyrosine hydroxylase. That is the first enzyme. This is the regulatory enzyme, and like phenylalanine, hydroxylase is dependent on tetrahydrobiopterin as a cofactor. The synthesis of catecholamine is affected by the deficiency of biopterin. DOPA undergoes PLP dependent decarboxylation to form dopamine, the active neurotransmitter, and dopamine is mostly formed in the substantia nigra and other parts of brain. The adrenal medulla converts dopamine to norepinephrine and epinephrine by hydroxylation and methylation. Now we'll focus some different aspect. Estrogen, you have heard the name. Estrogen is a hormone which decrease tyrosine levels in plasma and increase the tyrosine transaminase activity, favoring tyrosine degradation. Estrogen also compete with PLP, affecting the conversion of DOPA to dopamine. And this mechanism may explain mood variation during menstrual cycle. Now the next one is synthesis of thyroid hormones. Thyroglobulin is a glycoprotein present in thyroid tissue and which contains more than 100 tyrosine residues. The tyrosine residues are iodinated to form monoiodotyrosine, which is MIT, and diiodotyrosine, that is DIT. And these are coupled to form triiodothyronine, which is T3, and tetraiodothyronine, that is T4, or thyroxine. Okay. Next, synthesis of melanin. So pigment melanin accounts for the color of skin, hair, and eyes. Tyrosine is the precursor for melanin, and only one enzyme, that is tyrosinase, is involved in its synthesis. There are various types of melanin. Now, coming to the point of metabolic defects related to phenylalanine and tyrosine. Several genetic defects leading to enzyme deficiency, resulting in inborn error in phenylalanine and tyrosine metabolism. The first one is phenylketonuria. It is a very common inborn error of metabolism. It is an autosomal recessive defect, and it occurs in about 1 in 10,000 live births. Phenylketonuria results from a deficiency of enzyme phenylalanine hydroxylase. The hydroxylation of phenylalanine is a critical step for both the normal degradation of one carbon skeleton of amino acid, or degradation of carbon skeleton of amino acids, and its conversion to tyrosine. So as a result, phenylalanine levels are elevated to plasma up to 20 to 70 milligram per dl, but the normal is 1 to 2 milligram per dl. So there will be an altered metabolism of phenylketonuria, which is in abbreviation PKU. When the regular pathway is blocked, phenylalanine is derived. Basically, phenylalanine is diverted to alternate pathways, where it is transaminated to phenylpyruvate. The name of the disease, phenylketonuria, is basically derived from the fact that large quantities of phenylpyruvate, which is a keto acid, that is a phenyl ketone, are excreted in urine. Now, what are the clinical features? The accumulation of phenylalanine and its metabolites impairs the normal development of brain in the newborn, causing mental retardation. The high frequency of epilepsy is seen in phenylketonurias. Growth is also adversely affected, and the patient presents with an unusual gait. the developing fetus is very sensitive to the toxic effects of increased concentrations of phenylalanine and its metabolites, which results in severe neurological deficits and low IQ. The patients of phenylketonuria exhibit light color of hair, skin, and eyes, which is due to underpigmentation. Now, how to diagnose phenylketonuria? With early recognition of phenylketonuria, mental retardation can be avoided. Newborn babies in most of the developed countries are routinely screened for blood concentrations of phenylalanine. And what will be the management? With early detection and the consumption of diet restricted in phenylalanine but supplemented with tyrosine is the effective treatment. Now, the next one is alkaptonuria. It is considered as the first inborn error of metabolism which is to be identified. Now, what are the enzyme defect? The deficient enzyme in alkaptonuria is homogentisate oxidase. Homogentisate oxidase in tyrosine metabolism. Patients of alkaptonuria excrete almost all ingested tyrosine as homogentasic acid in urine. So homogentasic acid on standing auto-oxidizes to the corresponding quinones and which polymerize to give dark color. And this is the reason why the urine of alkaptonuric patients looks black. Hence the name black urine disease. So alkaptonuria is also called black urine disease. Now, what are the biochemical changes? Homogentisate gets oxidized very slowly to benzoquinone acetate, and which is polymerized to a black colored pigment, alkapton. So this is alkapton, black colored pigment. So alkapton is deposited in bones, connective tissues, and other organs like nose, pinna, and ear, causing a condition which is known as ochronosis, and which is the deposit of this kind of pigment in nose, pinna, and ear lobule. And these deposits may be responsible for the occurrence of arthritis in the 4th and 5th decades of life. Now, regarding diagnosis and treatment, change in color of urine to black or dark brown on standing is the traditional way of identifying alkaptonuria. Ferric chloride test will be positive. Ferric chloride test will be positive in this type of disease, and unlike other inborn errors, alkaptonuria is not a dangerous condition and requires no specific treatment except providing symptomatic relief. Now, the next one is albinism. Albinism, the Greek word albino means white, all of you know, and this is autosomal recessive disease with an incidence of 1 in 20,000 population, and it is due to the lack of synthesis of pigment melanin. The enzyme tyrosinase is totally absent, leading to the defective synthesis of melanin. However, it should be noted that the color of skin and hair are controlled by numerous genes in humans. The lack of tyrosinase is one of the important causes. The occurrence of albinism has much more complicated mechanism underlying it. Now, what will be the clinical features? Since albinos lack of melanin, their body is susceptible to sun radiation, and they are more prone to skin cancers. Photophobia and nystagmus are the associated symptoms, and in which there will be a lack of melanin in iris. Though there is decreased visual activity, their eyesight is almost normal. Their entire body, including their hair, is characteristically white. Now, tyrosinemia. Absence or deficiency of different enzymes of tyrosine metabolism causes accumulation as well as excretion of tyrosine and its metabolites. Now, the next one is, so these are the summary of phenylalanine metabolism. Now, the next one is tryptophan metabolism. So first, let us discuss some outline of tryptophan metabolism. Tryptophan is an essential amino acid and is both glucogenic and ketogenic. Several biologically important compounds such as NAD and NADP and serotonin are synthesized from tryptophan. The first two are considered as coenzyme, and serotonin is very important biological component. The metabolism of tryptophan has many branching points. The first one is kynurenine, that is nicotinate pathway, and serotonin, that is a melatonin pathway. Let us discuss the first one, like kynurenine nicotinate pathway. Through this pathway, tryptophan is oxidized to finally yield acetyl-CoA. Niacin coenzymes NAD and NADP are also synthesized through this pathway. Now coming to the point of synthesis of NAD and NADP. Nearly half of body's niacin coenzyme are synthesized from tryptophan. The remaining half are obtained from the vitamin niacin, which is coming through diet. It should be noted that free niacin cannot be obtained from tryptophan. Only its coenzymes are formed from tryptophan. The metabolic intermediate of kynurenine nicotinate pathway, amino carboxy muconic semialdehyde, undergoes a spontaneous non-enzymatic conversion to quinolinate. I'll show you the flow chart, and which act as an intermediate precursor for niacin coenzyme. Phosphoribosyl pyrophosphate, that is a PRPP in abbreviation, donates a ribonucleotide residue to quinolinate to convert it to nicotinate mononucleotide, and NAD and NADP are synthesized from its similar to that form of niacin. Now, the continuation of the same metabolic pathway. The next one is serotonin melatonin pathway. Serotonin, that is a 5-hydroxytryptamine, which is considered as the neurotransmitter, and melatonin, a hormone, which is synthesized from tryptophan through this pathway. Now, serotonin is widely distributed in the body and has several functions. What are the functions? It occurs in high concentrations in platelets and GI tract. Lesser amount are found in the brain and retina. Now, synthesis of synthesis of serotonin, it is mainly derived from tryptophan by two-step reaction pathway of hydroxylation and decarboxylation. Now, the enzyme monoamine oxidase, which is MAO, degrades serotonin to 5-hydroxy indole acetate, and which is being excreted in urine. So these are the degradation. Now, the biological role of serotonin. Serotonin acts as a neurotransmitter and exerts several biochemical functions in the body. So what are the biochemical functions? First, serotonin is a potent vasodilator and causes smooth muscle contraction in arterioles and bronchioles. Number two, it serves as an excretory neurotransmitter in brain. Number three, serotonin causes peristalsis and causes the release of peptide hormones in GI tract. Number four, it is capable of influencing the behavioral patterns of human. Number five, serotonin plays a role in the regulation of prolactin secretion. Number six, serotonin acts as a sleep inducer. And at the end, or number seven, it plays a role in the regulation of blood pressure and body temperature. So these are the steps of degradation of tryptophan. Now coming to the point of melatonin. So melatonin is a hormone produced by the pineal gland, and it is synthesized from serotonin by N-acetylation. Now what are the functions? Number one, melatonin mostly synthesized at night. It involves with circadian rhythm or diurnal variations, that is 24 hours cyclic changes in the body. Number two, it regulates the process of sleep and wakefulness. And number three, and the last one, melatonin inhibits the secretion of melanocytes stimulating hormone, that is MSH, and the adrenocorticotropic hormones. Now, what is Hartnupp's disease? This is a type of autosomal recessive disease. And this is positively a hereditary disorder of tryptophan metabolism. The possible cause of this rare disease could be a defective absorption and reabsorption of aromatic amino acids from intestine and renal tubules. The pellagra-like symptoms appear due to impaired synthesis of niacin coenzyme from tryptophan. So this is all about our part 5 of amino acid metabolism. Next day, probably the last class, or in our last series of amino acid metabolism, which will be on 1-carbon metabolism. Thank you.